Very serious topic. Just keep the talking up. Thank you. Great to have you all here. Toronto, and we're in Toronto. It's good to be here. Toronto. It's a clean city. It's a pretty clean city. I feel like we could do a little bit better though. It could be a little bit cleaner. I have a way to improve on the cleanliness. Those blind people, those poor blind people that walk around with their white canes, just kind of goodness. I feel bad for them. They're not appreciated. And a way to improve upon that and clean up the city. Why don't you just put a mop on the end of one of those canes? I know morally it's horrible, but it's efficient. So. But I have a friend in the city who's really into the online dating thing. You know the site Plenty of Fish? It's a cheap student website. I feel like I gotta tell him though, like he's doing it wrong. The analogy to fishing doesn't really hold true. You don't want to impress people with the size of the girl that you catch. He's going, I just reeled in a 200-pounder. Hooked her with some gummy worms. Yeah. But, you guys are distracting. Believe it or not, there was a sequence to this. Next one, okay, what's groups? Okay. So, so I don't like to do it. I like to meet people the old-fashioned way. Join groups, based on personality traits and stuff. So I decided to join. Okay, what do I have? I decided to join one of those ginger groups. Kind of half ginger. Except they said I could join the email subscription, but I couldn't go to any of the meetings. Something about how I didn't have enough freckles to be taken seriously, or how I had nothing to contribute to conversations about Willy Wonka movies. For people without souls, they're very religious about who they hang out with. So I said, okay, screw the ginger. So I said, what else do I have? Well, I burn really easily in the sun. And I don't really have eyebrows. So I was like, okay, it's true. Yeah. So I was like, okay, what can I do? So me and my friend snuck into the intensive care unit at Toronto General Hospital. And we were just walking down the halls talking to girls. I was talking to one. It was going well. She was into me. I was kind of like lying to her and feeding it up. I was like, yeah, I'm a fireman. Yeah. Usually girls like that. This one has had some issue with she called the fireman he didn't come on time or something. But... you got that, man. You're not gonna get that. So in the city in Toronto, there's a lot of ads for depressed people I've been seeing lately. It's not a segue, but I've been like, you see pamphlets for depressed people, they just kind of stare like this. It's so sad. They can get away with staring at anything. You can stare at a girl's tits and you'd be like, are you staring at my tits? You just go, no. Depression. As nice as they are. What's after that? I haven't even been drinking. That's the problem. So my parents are in Florida right now, and my dad was like, "It's raining a lot, son." And I'm like, "You know what that means, Dad? Wet T-shirt contest season." I don't really get the contest part of that though, because the guys are the winners, really. I don't care if you're the hottest girl with the biggest knockers wearing a T-shirt that can't contain them. The guy leering in the corner of the room has one bigger. After every contest, there should be a podium presentation with the first, second, and third place winners, and it would just be guys up there, where all they did was stare, with varying degrees of skill. You could just talk to the winner after. He's just okay. Yeah, pretty much brought my binoculars and went to town. But yeah, there's those women that like to expose themselves, and there's other ones on the other end of the spectrum that like to cover themselves up. Like, you ever see those Muslim women that just cover their whole body in veils and stuff? And all you can see are their eyes, right? I feel bad for them because like they must get hit on the exact same way every time. Guy goes up to her and goes, "Hey, you have really nice eyes." Yeah, right? Why don't you try one that literally every other guy hasn't used? I like your dress. But imagine, like, is that you, Seth? Imagine if they ever do something wrong, like commit a crime. Like, what's the process for that? Just does the girl, like, the cops put up a picture of her with her dress and everything, and then the line reads, "Have you seen this woman?" How do you keep a straight face? No. Even the people who've met her haven't had the pleasure of seeing her. More answer your question is, have you met this dress? But just a little bit about me. I used to be really short, and I had a quick growth spurt in high school. And when you're short and you grow tall, all your relatives just go, "What happened? You used to be so small." My great aunt would always say. And I'm like, I grew. And she says this like every time I see her, which is too often, by the way. Anytime you're seeing your great aunt, I think that's seeing her too often. You know, because she'll say things like, "We never get to see each other enough." I'm like, I think we do. I really do. I mean, I saw you last year. You look worse every time I see you. What good is me seeing you doing? Every time I see you, you look worse. We'll just go our separate ways. You can still send me the $20 to send in the mail this year. Just face-to-face wise. We're done. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.